unlike elves and unicorns, magic levels really do exist. Hey traders, this is Taylor with the Trader's Brain, and today we're talking about magic levels. I love them. So when I was going through a lot of the Nadro work, I never really talked about the details of how I create levels. And I also threw out this comment in one of my last videos that, hey, there's a lot of times that I'm putting levels in place that coincide very nicely, almost perfectly with order flow levels. And so I call these like magic levels. They're just golden for both targets, for bounces, all kinds of really great stuff. And I'm going to show you examples of that from December 1st, 2022. Also, don't forget about Mindset Mondays. Mindset Mondays is the first Monday of every month. You can go to the link below and register. It's a free group coaching webinar for traders, specifically for traders, because, hey, we're all working on mindset. So come and get coached or come and lurk. It's totally up to you, but you can register below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also comment below. I like to respond to comments, and sometimes I get really good content ideas from the comments that you guys give me. In fact, that's where this one came from. There's someone that reminded me about something I said in one of my videos about how a lot of times order flow levels will coincide with bigger contextual levels. Those are the magic levels. And we see those play out over and over, day in and day out. Now, here's from December 1st, 2022. I'm not going to go into really how I set up my levels, but just notice over here on this chart, this is kind of where my levels were. So I had this big level up here around 4,100. I had another level, a dynamic level. Okay, what that means is it moves throughout the day. So a lot of times I have to watch it. Sometimes I'm moving it. I also have other indicators that kind of remind me that, hey, this level is here if I forget to move something. And then we have these static levels. So big levels for me today, we're up here at 4,100. And then this dynamic level at 40, 46, 40, 43. And then we have some other lower levels. Now, the other thing that I did is I used market profile, and I also had these intermediate levels here at value area high for the overnight and value area low for the overnight. So you'll see those. These are kind of pink dotted lines. I also did kind of a low, overnight low, just more as a reference. So those pink dotted lines are not very strong levels, but they're kind of things to watch. These were really my big levels that I was looking for today. So this is what the day looked like starting out. You had, kind of this week opening. We're butting up here against this major contextual level. We are testing it. We're going to test it again. We get into, getting close to this news event that happened, right? And that's really what pushed this up and through. That was more of a stop run than anything else. And then we kind of get slammed down here. Okay. Now, if you had this idea of going short, and if you got into this, then the question is when is this going to stop? When's a good place to scale? And when's a good place to take out? If you have your levels and you got out right here, maybe that's okay, because you had your level there, and maybe you had another level here, and so you got out here, and you're just kind of scaling down. But when might you want to hold as this thing is kind of crashing down, or maybe you get in a little bit late? Where is this thing going to go? Right? And so there's a couple of different options. One is I had this major contextual level right here. And remember, this was my dynamic level. So I actually had moved this. It started down here at 43, I think, or 44. And it moves as this, moves up as well. So this is really my dynamic level. I usually kind of do these little ranges, right? And so as we're moving down, the question is this going to hold? Or is this going to be like the others and it just slams through? Is this level for real, right? And so that's where we look into order flow. So as we get close to this, right, what can we see in order flow? So 925, let's move to that. This is our news event. We start to head down. We're kind of busting down, really slamming down. And notice, what do we have here? 10 points before it even gets there, we start to see liquidity put on at where? 40.55. That's right here, just barely above this dynamic level, just a point or two, right? And we have more coming right here. So first of all, that's a magnet. So price wants to come down and get here. The question is that going to hold? So as we come down here, boom, we come right to it and we test it and we bounce off again. And then what do? We test it again, but this time, notice what happens. We have all of this activity, all of this action taking place. This is the fight between buyers and sellers, right? And so the sellers get absorbed, buyers push this and aggressively bounce that off, and you can see that bounce happen. That's what makes this a magic level. It's not just the fact that this was a good contextual location, but it was a good contextual location that then was supported by the order flow. You can see it. You can see it happen in real time, and it confirmed that level, that was a real level. And that's what makes these levels so magical. I love them. So let's take a look at another quick example again from today. So you had this bounce, it's bouncing off, and you might be thinking, okay, it might want to retest again. You know, the bears still maybe have control. I want to go short. Where do I want to go short? Right? So you have this level it blew through. Now what about 40.80? Is 40.80 going to hold? Or what about this dynamic level? This is VWAP. What if it comes and tests VWAP? Now, I often, when I get price action that moves like this and comes up really close to VWAP, I always think of VWAP as a magnet. Like it really just wants to get up there. So something like this is less appealing to me than if it fails there and actually comes up to VWAP. I'd much rather see that happen. Do we get order flow confirmation? Well, first of all, we have right here at 40.70, we have this, and we have 40.72, and then we have 40.76. So as we get closer, we start to see more and more size liquidity put on here. And finally, we get liquidity where? At 40.80. 40.80, look at that. We have a liquidity band exactly right here at our level. That was a level I put on this morning. I didn't know that they were going to defend that level, but here they are. They're defending it. They didn't defend it very well. So as expected though, what do? We kind of come up here, a little weak test, now kind of another test, slight rejection, but the bulls overwhelm them. They come back up, and now look what happens. Okay, so look where we are. So as we come back up here, come straight up here. Let's see, we came back down. Now we come back up. Now look where we are. We're right here at VWAP. Like we are not even one tick away. We are exactly at VWAP. That's what this is right here. So these things were really close together. So I'm kind of inclined to look at VWAP and look what happens. Now, do we have a level here? No, but if you listen and watch some of my other videos, I talk about this aggressiveness being as valid as seeing a liquidity band. So even though that wasn't there and you couldn't see it ahead of time, this confirmed that level was for real. And they defended right here too, right? So this aggressiveness, come down here, again, more aggressiveness, right? More sellers coming in, and then boom, it drops. That is a strong indication that this was yet another magic level. So it's fantastic to be able to see these kinds of things in action in real time. And then from there, we dropped. So you can find these all over the place when you're looking for them. Use order flow to confirm your levels. That's what makes them magical. That's what makes them so amazing. So hope this video was helpful to you guys. Hope it was interesting. And please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. And also don't forget about Mindset Mondays. Until next time, traders, happy trading.